I've got an empty box of AGEMONIA in front of me and a bunch of AGEMONIA all around me. We're going to put all of this back in the box, show you how to organize it, where all the trays go, and what goes inside those trays. Let's dive right in. The first thing you're going to put back in the box are these card boxes. You've got two of these, and they're pretty heavy. One includes the tarot-sized cards, and the other one is going to have a variety of other cards. Now these cards come packed right in these boxes when you get it, so you can leave them in there. And if you want to take the shrink wrap off, you can do that as well. But they go right here on the sides, giving the box some structural integrity for the rest of the trays that are going to go in. And the next trays that are going to go in are the hero trays. There are 4 of these. And these are mostly empty at the beginning of the game before you've played, but I've put in some of the character boards along with some stamina chips and the action selection marker. These are going to go in just like this, one after the other on 2 layers. And like I said, I have 4 of the hero boards, but some of these heroes will be in a separate tray that you'll see in a second. And that is this tray right here. This is going to include a lot of the hero boards, save 2 when you open your box of AGEMONIA, plus all of the character booklets for the heroes. And you're going to place that right here on this next layer within the box. Then you're going to take the vitality tokens. This is a little tray that holds all of the vitality tokens for all of the characters. There are 2 empty spaces, don't mind those. If there's expansions in the future, maybe we'll see some vitality tokens fill those. These will go right here above that last tray. And next up are the action token trays. These are a little thinner than the other ones that we just put in there, and it's going to have all of the action tokens for all 7 of the characters. You can just stack these like this, and they go in right here beside those other 2 trays, making a nice flush layer right there. Next up, we have 3 trays that look kind of similar. One is for items, the other one is for money, and then there's one that has this purple lid, which is going to be an archive tray that you're going to use to store some components between sessions. These are going to go on this next layer that brings things nearly flush with the tops of the card boxes. Now, a cool thing about a couple of these trays, the money and the items tray, are clearly labeled with different sizes and shapes in each of the bins, so you can see exactly where each money goes and exactly where each type of item goes. Next, I recommend putting this piece of foam that comes packaged in the game right there on top of those trays. It's going to protect the trays, plus bring things just that much more flush with these card boxes on the side. And we've got 4 more trays here to go on top, the first of which is another archive tray. This holds some scenario-specific standees, as well as right now some of the gems until we get the game underway, and then some additional character boards that are going to serve as extensions for your characters. The next tray is one that looks very similar to that, except it has 2 bins. This is going to hold all of the standees, the standard standees in the game, as well as their bases. And then the first of the last 2 trays is the miniatures tray. This is going to have all the miniatures for the playable characters, as well as the dice for the game. That is going to go right here. And then finally, the last tray. This is going to go right here on top of the miniatures tray. It includes a variety of tokens, including the initiative tokens, as well as some scenario-specific tokens that are going to go on maps as you play. And almost reaching the top, we have the spiral-bound books, including the storybook. This is the scenario book. And then I've got the campaign book. And we're almost done. We've got a few flat items here, including some scenario-specific tiles, the rule book, some stickers, the scenario record sheets. Those can go right there on top of those booklets. And then finally, we're going to put the world and city map on top of that, followed, last but not least, by this pack of all these extra scenario maps that you're going to use that are in addition to the maps that are included in the books themselves. And then finally, you can put this little guide that I used myself to do everything that you just saw right back here on top with this nice piece of art right on top. And of course, if you're storing the thing, you're going to want to put the lid on, of course. But that is putting everything back in the box for AGEMONIA. If you have any questions at all, please make them in the comments below. I'm sure I might have had a couple things in different places, but like I said, when you start the game, or rather before you start the game, some of those trays are going to be empty, and then once you get into the tutorials, it's going to take some of the items out of some trays and put them in some of those hero trays. But like I said, please get down in the comments below. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have any questions. Until next time, make sure everyone has fun at the table, and we'll see you then.